Hello, this is Ken Ferrie with this week's Boots in the Field report. Many growers have or are about to cross the finish line with the 2025 planting season. Now is the time to focus on stand evaluations. By focusing, I mean actually going to the field and doing stand counts in both beans and corn. When you can tell the stand is bad from the road, it's usually bad. But mediocre stands tend to still look pretty good at 60 miles per hour out the window. Don't waste valuable time now. Redo those stands that need to be fixed. Fixing them now still puts you in good shape for full yield on corn. Catching them later at side dress time or spraying, yield has been lost. And most likely the planter has been put away. Repairing bean stands now will help maintain yield and get you help in managing that weed pressure out there in mid-August. When it comes to replant decisions, they must be made off of actual numbers, real numbers from your field. Don't go off the coffee shop consensus. Get actual counts from your field. Use the Replant calculator tools on our website. Put in your own numbers, your own counts, help you make that decision. When it comes to corn stands, good place to pull out your hybrid yearbook as well, and that can help you identify how much flex a hybrid has. Hybrids that can produce a bushel on 55,000 kernels can be treated differently than the ones that need 75,000 to make a bushel. Make these decisions quickly. As May slips away, so will the potential. With soybeans, it's a matter of having enough stand to manage weed control. Late emergers are counted as part of that stand. With corn, uniform emergence is the ticket. Watching corn come up over a 2-week period may produce a targeted stand, but be off an ear count and yield at the end. When doing projected ear counts, count leaf collars. This small corn size may vary some, but 2 plants could be the same leaf collar. Typically, spike down plants will tend to be a little bit smaller in size, but as long as they're the same collar, count them as a potential ear. Plants that are 1 collar behind the neighboring plant, only counted as a half an ear. Plants that are more than 1 collar behind the neighboring plant will not put on an ear. Once you identify the quality of your stand, make quick decisions if replant is warranted. The next job is to try to figure out why the stand is subpar. Now, there are many reasons that can cause subpar stands. Your job is to identify the cause to see if we can eliminate some of those issues going forward. Doing stand counts is where seed quality comes into play. Now, if you pulled your bean population back to 120,000 and planted an 85% germ bean, in the best case scenario, you could hope for is 100,000 stand, but the reality is you're going to be looking at 75 to 90,000. Still, enough for full yield, but could create weed pressure later in the season. But being shocked at an 80,000 bean emergence in this situation would be unrealistic, because that kind of germ quality out there is going to pull the stand back. The bottom line, guys, your pest team needs to get actual stand count numbers to relay to your advisors. When someone calls in and wants help dealing with stand problem, but they can't give me an actual number, this usually means they saw it from the road or a neighbor commented about it and they're looking for help. Once you have actual numbers, you can take the emotions out of it and make the right call. We have been making service calls looking at corn and bean fields, and while some have needed to be replanted, so far the amount of service calls on stand issues has been light compared to most years. This may change as time moves on, but locally I see a lot of good stands. I've been told more replant issues are taking place to the north of Interstate 80, and the guys in the south are still struggling to find dry conditions to get planted in. But locally, things sure look good from my perspective. On the 13th of this month, I did see shot holes in some corn plants and actual cutting of corn plants in DeWitt County. Now, these fields were worked, but had heavy chickweed pressure earlier. Now, this will be the beginning of the cutting, so pest teams stay on top of this. Cutworms are too easy to kill to let them to ding our stands now. Cutworm scouting from the pickup doesn't work well. It's time to put boots on the ground. Side dress season is kicking off, especially for that earlier April corn. Katie has emailed out the instructions on how to handle nitrate submissions. If you still have questions, just call the office and you'll get help. In many areas, locally so far, this has been a nitrogen-friendly spring. But in other areas that have received high rain amounts, that might be different. Remember, it is crucial that we take time to balance the checkbook before you start side dressing. We had a plan. Did we follow the plan? If you cut out dry fertilizer last fall for budget reasons or pulled back on your planned spring program, that now needs to be added back in to get your totals right. Remember, in our nitrogen program, yield goals matter. So if you're raising yield goals, that too needs to be adjusted as well. All this needs to happen whether you're pulling nitrates or not. Once you have the nitrates, we can see what the soil supply power is and what we've lost, make the final adjustment. The plot crews in the short rows on the plot planting. We have one more soybean planting date to finish up here at the Corn Soybean College campus. The college field classrooms really look good. The agenda for Farm Journal Corn Soybean College is now up on the website, so you can take a look at it there, get registered there. It'll be here before you know it. Testing teams are grinding away on the summer testing. Don't forget to turn in your testing needs. To stay up to date, check out our website at croptechinc.com and subscribe to our podcast, Boots in the Field Report. Keep her safe, keep her moving.